Hello everyone, so here we are. These are all the points that were played last Tuesday. I've already watched them all because I edited out all the walking around bits, and so pretty much everything we'll see is just point play. So I'll need to get right into it, and these are all of them, and I'll just kind of stop when there's something good to talk about. So I like here's our serve. First of all, hold on a second. Let's talk about Cynthia here for a second. Um, Cynthia is standing about, what, 5 feet behind the service line, so I would probably very much encourage her to at least be at the service line, hopefully well inside the service line. But right now she's really putting no threat on the returner. So that's Monica. So here we go. Now she's backing up. And you can see, this is actually a pretty nice serve. But with Cynthia backing up, it just right now you can see Monica has just zero pressure coming from any net player, and she can just pretty much hammer this, which she does. And she actually gets a nice return off, and Miss does a good job picking it up, and this point should be over right now. And it should be over right now. So it went a little sideways for Lori, but she got a couple good looks there. Good point. I edited out the first serve faults later on just to save time, but unfortunately we'll see them for a few moments. Come on, Miss. All right, so I like this point because it got a little. It appeared that it was getting a little bit away from Cynthia and excuse me, Missy, but they kind of regroup, and that's what that's the big part of tennis. Let me start over from the beginning. Good serve. So I think Cynthia is kind of feeling like she shouldn't have taken that one. Whatever. But now, I would say Monica doesn't really make them pay for them both being on the same side of the court at all. And here they get right back into the point. Great ball down the middle. And what I really love is watch what Missy's doing. So all right, so things got a little sideways, and now right here, watch Missy moves back into the ball, and that is it's called the power position. That's where the net player's in front of the ball, cross-court player's a little bit at the service line or behind, and Cynthia gets the ball she wants. Missy's right there, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure on Monica, and the ball goes out. Good serve. Great return. Even though Lori probably should have missed that, I would give Missy some credit. Watch that move right there. It's kind of a risky move because she's moving to the middle against a lefty's forehand, which does expose the alley. So it's high risk, high reward, but it pays off there. Didn't pay off there. So again, you'll see movement to the middle on an out wide serve. And so it paid off on one side, it didn't pay off on the other. you're serving 130 miles an hour, no one's getting that ball back, are they? Good serve right down the tee. Not sure what happened there, but Cynthia, you may want to consider standing a little bit closer to the baseline. I mean, that's a lot of ground you're giving up by standing that far back. Good. Good move. Good shot. So this is a really good move by Monica. She cuts it off. And what I watch this. So right now you can see that Cynthia has not hit the ball yet, but she's definitely hitting from the inside part of the court. So I'm backing this up. Watch Monica. The ball's moving in to Cynthia. She moves in. Watch this move she makes. She cuts over. This is awesome. Unfortunately, she doesn't quite do enough with this. She really needs to go. You can see how much room. So the ball. I'm going to kind of put the ball right on Monica's racket, and I would love to see her take this ball even to the right of Missy. But by going back down the middle with nothing on it, and that's a key. By going back down the middle with nothing on it, that's the point gets away from them. If she could have easily hit a touch volley out wide, the point would have been over. And then that's one of Cynthia's better shots, and they pay for it. Good lob. Nice play. Nice play. That's a really good lob, Cynthia. I'd love to see you coming in when you see it goes over the net player's head. You know, I start coming in right now. You can see that ball is definitely going over Lori's head. You can see Monica's breaking to it, and that kind of puts the serving team in a fire drill, and you kind of let them. You can potentially let them off the hook by not coming in. But Missy's there to save the day. Good return. That's kind of that drill we've been working on that Monica just did. So serve goes out wide. And then now, sorry, the return goes out wide. Monica is hitting this ball from her alley, and you'll see she goes right down the middle with it. But still, though, you'll see, look where Cynthia's court position is, and I will kind of keep harping on this. Just the problem becomes, that's a good return, and Cynthia is so far behind the service line. There's no pressure on Monica to do. There's no fear of the net player because she's so far back, and that completely exposes the middle, and that really is going to make the deep player hit a volley from I don't think she's well behind the service line, but she's kind of deep in the court, and this is where you get a lot of mistakes. Feeling like you have to do more than you want to from the middle of the court. That's something I'm going to keep trying to harp on today. Good playing, Monica. Lori serving. That's, pretty simple stuff. A good serve. The serve goes down the tee. It's got that spin on it. Here comes Lori. And again, whenever you come forward, Missy's not necessarily in the middle of well, she's kind of in the middle of the court. And I feel like this is where a lot of mistakes come. Trying to do too much or too little or not sure what to do. Just out. Love this return though. Serve goes out wide. Cynthia is just backing up, leaving more and more and more court open. It's just wide open. And so now Lori's backing up on her heels. And that was much closer than it needed to be, but that's the play that Missy wants. These are my favorite plays in doubles. Great strategy, great teamwork by Sheila and Missy. And so, fantastic return. Unfortunately, there's the middle's wide open. She uses it, and you can see Lori's now in a very awkward position. Missy recognizes that, starts moving forward when she sees the ball, and even though she's going to hit the ball to Cynthia, she's not in a position to do anything with it. She comes right at her. She jams her up. Great playing. I love points like that. Middle's open. Here it comes. Great. Let's see. Again, I like how the great return down the middle. I'm not sure this is exactly what I would want Sheila to do with this, but she's still in it. She stays with it, and she gets what she wants. And it was out. But still, that should have been a point that Sheila should have won. Was that out? It was awfully close. Middle's open. Good return. Awesome. Great use of the middle by Missy and Sheila. Here's that return down the middle. Middle. And you can see, Cynthia got to look at this, but because she didn't do enough with it. She hit too soft of a ball back to the net player, who's Missy, and Missy recognizes that. Easy volley out wide. Love it. Good shot. Nice lob. Wait. So, to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. So one advantage of Cynthia kind of hanging back is that she is in position to get shots like this. So great return. I love that return. Again, though, if you are ever going to go near a net player, and Missy's pretty close to the net, you have to hit it, and that's what Sheila does. So, I think Missy plays this perfectly. Look, the ball's low in front of her. She's moving into an aggressive court position. Sheila kind of hammers it. So it goes. That's really good stuff. A nice return, kind of that angle out wide. Cynthia's all over this. Good play. That's just a unforced error return. But let me back up to that. Again, though, even though there's not a big serve, but Lori's right there, and that's just annoying when someone's right in your face when you're trying to hit a ball. Do you go down the line? Do you lob it? Angle, middle? It's just having that net player close to the net, I think, puts a little bit more heat on the returner, even if the serve's not huge. It's all about mistakes. Nice return. Way to not back up, Lori. That's good. Good playing. Perfect, Lori. Perfect. Great lob. Again, that would right here be a great time for you to be moving forward, Cynthia. But worked out well for you. Great plan. Way to guard that middle with. That point's got to be over, Lori. So there are a few times you'll really hear me say, kill it. But here, right now, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, knock it into next week, knock the cover off the ball, disembowel someone, kill it. That point has got to be over. Nice finish, though. Good return. Nice right there. Great use of the middle right here. Coming up by Cynthia. Perfect. Right into Sheila's toes. Love that. There you go. Get in, Sheila. Oh. That's tough. Because you don't know if you just heard me say, get in, Sheila. And this is tough because she didn't, and she was actually right play because the ball went over her head. But so here you're now. I think Missy's thinking that Lori's going to drive it. I obviously was thinking Lori was going to drive it. Lori had other plans, and that's why when you can sneak in some lobs when people don't see them coming, it just makes your game so much more dynamic. That's a really nice shot, Lori. Now, so Missy's got a nice serve, and you can see Sheila's way back. I'd have Sheila 10 feet closer to the net. I would have her smack dab in the middle of that service box. I'm not going to worry so much about the lob. I'll let Missy deal with it. What you can see is that here, so the problem, if you don't get a little closer to the net, there's just no fear. There's no pressure on the returner. The returner can almost do whatever they want. And she goes right down the middle, and that just sets everything in motion. That's a great return, great recognition by Lori to be in the right spot and finish it off with an angle. Way to stay with it, Missy. Good serve. Missy's smack dab in front of the ball. She's got all angles covered. Tries to go down the middle, doesn't really put a lot of mustard on it, but at least she's really not giving up any angle. The ball comes right back to her, and she goes right into the gut of Lori, and that's a good play. Again, if you're gonna go near the net player, you gotta hit it. Otherwise, you gotta make them not be. You gotta give them something difficult to deal with, and that's exactly what Lori did. Jammed her. Wow, Missy, you really don't want to win that point, do you? Ugh. Come on, Missy. Watch this. It doesn't get any better than this. This is why we play doubles. This is the shot. It is time to finish this. It's time to be done with this point. Nope. Okay, how about this time? They were nice enough to hit it right back to you, almost identical spot. Can we do something more with it? Nope. And now you have a much more difficult shot, and that's what happens. Ooh, that's a nice serve. Great serve. Nice serve. Great serve. That's a great net play. This is a great serve, right down the middle. Lori doesn't need to move at all. She doesn't move at all. Stays in front of the ball. Textbook. Great job. Huh. Odd point. Nice shot. Again, that's when you're always so far back behind the service line. If they drive it at you, you're just not in. You're almost in no man's land. It's hard to do much with it. Now this is a very nice drive by Karen, but it's just that you're so far back. It's hard to do much with that. Good ball. Oh. Even though Karen and Lori lost this point, I like how they kind of got their druthers together. Here, obviously they're in the I formation. Everything's a little nutty. They kind of get it together. Karen hits a wonderful shot. She hits it, even though she does hit it to the deuce side. Not a big angle. It allows Lori to stay in front of the ball. Lori gets something very much that she could handle. It's just an unforced error, but there's a lot going on good. That's a nice serve. It's a real nice serve. Another nice serve. Good shot. Oh, I'm not sure if that was in a. Well, I don't know if that. I think that was called out. But still, these are the points. This is how it has to be. I mean, this is what Karen needs to go for. Hopefully, she try to find that hole. But what I love right here, though, she is smack dab in front of the ball, and you can see Sheila has to back up because there's a lot of spin on that serve. Exactly where she needs to be. And just the more you get these high forehand volleys, you're going to miss a few. But this is right here is exactly where the net player wants to be, and there is a giant hole between Sheila and Cynthia, and you just got to find that hole. Not sure what happened there. Nice serve, nice spin on that. Lefty spin gets him every time. Great return. What I love most about this is what Lori does. So Lori serves. It's a nice return. Now obviously she has to come in to get it, but look where she stops. She's right at the service line. And from here, Karen's slightly in front of her, and she's able to shoot. So you'll see. Look how much time. Even though actually Sheila gets a nice ball off because it's at Lori's feet, but she gets in there and split step. Look at this. Now, even though Sheila hits a pretty nice ball right at her feet, she's balanced. She's ready. It's a great shot. Good job. It's good. It's, again, the danger of, Karen got about the best ball you're going to get in doubles. High forehand volley on top of the net. And I don't actually completely disagree with the choice of going in near the alley because of where the serve took Sheila. So Lori's lefty, so that means her ball is always going to spin left or right when she hits that slice serve. So the ball kicks, and now you can see where Sheila is pretty much in the middle of the court. So I do think that for a righty, it's very easy to hit the ball from right to left. So it's very easy for Karen at this moment, if she gets a high forehand in the middle, to spike it into the curtain, to the side curtain. But unfortunately, she doesn't. So not a horrible idea, but obviously you just got to hit that angle a lot more. Great return. Love that return down the middle. So here comes the serve out wide. And actually, it's funny. Serve goes out wide. Karen actually jumps to the middle. But still, Stephanie's still able to find the middle-ish area. I'm going to watch that again. See, these are the points that I love. They seem very kind of nothing points, but they're really important. Because right now, things are not looking good for Lori and Karen, Fantastic return. Love that. Look at that. So, and actually, Lori's still in the neighborhood, but it's still a good enough. It's a big return, and it jams up Stephanie. So I like this. Watch it again. And so you got at here. You get this. Even though that's Stephanie's better wing, she's having to deal with a hard low ball from the back of the court, and I think this is one of those, when we've all been here, where it's like, what do I, you've got a very, very short amount of time to decide what are you going to do with it. Good ball. You'll see that serve went out wide. Now this is kind of funny. The serve's out wide, but sometimes I think because we see the returner, and Sheila's going to take this as a forehand, is that sometimes we are under the impression that the ball's down in the middle because they're taking it as a forehand, and I would maybe argue that's what Lori was thinking, because watch for, so the serve goes out wide, but Sheila runs around it. Lori takes a step to the middle, but that down the line shot, because you'll see Sheila was pretty much almost, at least sitting half in the alley. And you'll see right here, and that's a great return. Good job. Good play. And nice touch return. And now you're going to see it's 2 against 1 here. And Sheila and Karen should have a huge advantage. And it's like, this is where, you gotta know where Stephanie is, because that means Lori's got to cover the entire middle. And the problem is the ball comes right. Well, actually, first of all, let me tell you how well Lori plays this point. Comes over. Now she's guarding the middle, and so, but so by guarding the ball comes to her, and she does that. That's fantastic. But you got to know that when that one girl runs off the court, the other girl is by herself, and she's guarding the entire court. For the next shot, Stephanie's out of it, and you can see. I mean, literally, she's gone. And you guys got to know that, because and that leaves one person in the middle but Lori played that A+. Nice return. You know, though, even though Lori lost this point on that overhead, she did everything right. You know, she's being aggressive. That's hers. You know, you got to just keep, and she found the hole. I call that a good miss. Nice serve. That's one thing I love about middle serves is that if you got a little heat on them, it's definitely you got a net player in front. You know, you put a little heat on that middle serve down the tee, and now even though Karen's got a nice backhand, she's got a player right in her face, and that inside out angle is one of the more difficult shots. Great return. This is one of these points too that they may not seem that exciting to other people, but these points are extremely exciting to me, and I'm going to show you why. I love the return down the middle, and great return down the middle, and I think Karen moves in aggressively. Stephanie is able to neutralize that return down the middle and Karen by pushing it out wide. But now, well, look what happens. She did her job. Karen moved in. Karen moved in, and you'll see what Stephanie did. She pushes the ball away from Karen and into Sheila's alley. And then so you'll see, what does Lori do? Now, I'm going to play this I'm going to play this in real time at the end because I know I keep stopping and starting. Watch what Lori does. Lori comes to guard the alley. And then again, and then Karen moves back in, and that puts the ball back again out in Sheila's alley. And then finally Stephanie decides to do something else. This may be my favorite point of the match, and on first glance it may not seem that exciting at all. Middle. And then Stephanie kind of loses her patience. Now, one more thing, and I know you're probably getting sick of this point, but watch. So I'm going to go back. Ball goes out wide, and Lori does her job to go out with it. She does not even think about hitting it until she sees where it is, and by that point, she can't. I don't think Lori's doing anything wrong. Again, because her priority here has got to be to guard her alley on the drive. And so she can't, she still can't, she doesn't feel she can do anything with it, which I agree. At this point, Stephanie loses her patience and decides to go for something else. And that is awesome doubles. And I would say, here's the funny part. Karen, I don't even think Karen touched the ball on that point, and she did, and she was just as responsible for winning it as Sheila, in my opinion. All right, I'll move on now. Great return. Great ball. Good play. Solid play. That's why I would just say, Lori, when you hit, you should have been looking to come in right away on that softer serve. See how you back up? And backing up, and you should have been moving in. But I do love, look at Karen's position. Low ball. Way to be there, Steph. Way to finish it off. Good job. Great lob. Great lob. Where are we? Oh, let's see that again. Good return. That pushed her back. But you can see, though, again, I love this return by Karen. It pushes back Sheila. And to the point of heel, so I feel like you got to, when I see someone on their heels like this, I'm thinking lob. I'm thinking they're going to lob. I'm going to be, and I would even say Lori actually didn't come crashing the net. That's just a really good lob. Now Sheila starts to celebrate a little early. It would have been nice if she would have followed it in while she was celebrating. Good serve. And again, a very subtle thing. But watch the serve goes body. This is, the serve was a great serve, right in the body. But Stephanie's movement, look when she moves. Ball's coming in. Watch when she takes a step right before impact. That is a great timing. And I would argue that caused the ball to go the spray wide. Nice return, Karen. Low. Stephanie's rewarded for being in the right place. Again, watch when she moves. She moves before impact. And she has her racket up, which is so important. Look at her racket is up, so she can do things like that. The gods of tennis reward movement and things like that. And not gonna worry about that. Everybody misses. Great return, low down the middle. Oh, good. Good cross. Move before the ball's hit. Get in front of it. Got exactly what you want. The more you'll get that. I'm not worried at all about that. Good return. That's that return again. Ball's going to go out wide. And so it's not an so that's why I keep using that term singles court middle, because Karen did block the tee, but still you'll see that Monica's still taking this ball from inside. The ball is inside the singles court. She's slightly in the alley, of course. But that's still, there's really nowhere to go with that. That's a hard ball to put down her alley because you got Sheila right there, and that's a ball that you see a lot of mistakes on. Oh, I think I just might have messed something up. Is this the one? Yeah, okay, we're good, sorry. And that's a good, that's a, look, watch this moving by Karen. That one little move, it doesn't take much. And also, obviously it's not a huge serve, but movement by Karen, and then you also, Monica's moving in, so I feel like Sheila's affected by that. Love it. Good stuff. Good shot. So there's a lob right here. And so if I was Stephanie, who's not real tall to begin with, see how, now look how far back Monica is. She's at least, I don't know, 5 feet on the baseline. And Steph's moving in to about halfway up the service box. I would have been shocked if Monica tried to drive that. And now, I'm not saying Steph would have had that if she stayed hovered back, but I think she might have had. I think it would have been such an good lob that Monica hit, and then but she well, I mean, I don't know, because you know what, she hit a great lob. Look what this thing does. The top spin lob kicks up. So I'm not saying that the point would have been any different. Oh, oops, the point went. I thought that point went differently. Well, what do I know? Here we go. So anyway, here's the lobs. She gets it. She gets it. Well, you get my point. Let's move on. There's that there's that return again down the middle, and you can see Karen's even looking for it, and so she's able to work, still use the singles court, but not directly down the middle, and that's putting pressure on Monica. Big serve, nice job. There's that serve return down the middle. Oh. Nice spin. Great play. Now, what makes this slightly different, and this may seem like a major contradiction, is that you'll see Karen's in a lot of trouble. Actually, that's not even true. You know what? Let me start over, because I think, so this is, I would actually call this high risk, high reward, because, you know, Stephanie's aggressively moving in on a ball that Karen's obviously going to get. Now, I think she keeps coming, and so on one hand, you could say, well, Stephanie played it perfectly because she was exactly where the ball was. But on the other hand, if it was, you know, and if it was if Stephanie would have stopped and hovered on the service line, I still think she would have made this play, but I don't really see any indication that she's stopping. So she just keeps coming, and it just, ball kind of magically comes to her. So, you know, obviously it's hard for me to say Stephanie played that wrong because she was right where she needed to be. But I do wish at this moment that she would have just come to the service line and just hold. And she did, you know, I'm holding her, the power of technology, and then she could have still pretty much accomplished what she did without potentially not being able to cover a mediocre lob. Nice return. Great serve. That's a beauty. There's that middle return again. I mean, I absolutely love that return. The funny thing is, every time I've seen Steph do this, the net player is moving over. I mean, it's not like, you know, she just has that spot, and you can see it's still in the singles court, but it's away from the net player. That's a really, really good stuff. Man, Monica, you played that perfectly. So, lob goes up. She goes to the service line. I'm really focused on Monica right now. She knows the lob's probably coming. She's hovering around the service line. Now, yeah, she knows it's a good lob. She goes back to the service line, still staying on the service line. Now she sees that now at the moment, now she's on the service line. She actually has already seen the ball, and she realizes it's low and short. Now she's running into it, and that's kind of what I was yipping about with Steph before. I think this is what I would like to see her do. Take more of a wait and see approach. Okay, now Monica's all in because she sees the ball already. I absolutely love that, love that, love that, love that, love that. Great serve. Still another great return. Uh-huh. Apparently Steph heard what I was saying. Well, dang it. So, look at this lob. And now look what Steph does. She comes to the service line and she holds. And now she gets, this is what she wants. That's exactly what I would love to see. Doesn't really just, it just doesn't do enough with it. So, way to stay in the point though, Monica. Now watch what Monica does. She's in, what she backed up right before to give herself a little more time. And when Steph didn't do enough with it, so there's a lot going on in that point I like. Ooh, nice serve, miss. Let's see. So Missy, this is Missy. Missy just hits a perfect serve, and I don't remember what is about to happen, but she's about to complain about something. I know. I can't imagine what she was complaining about, but she found something. There you go. Great serve, great finish. Great serve, great. Just want to see it again. That's textbook. Oh. Great serve. Yeah. Hey, Missy, why don't you get a little closer to the service line? So, Missy, if you want to see what a foot fault looks like, everybody, that's what a foot fault looks like. Sorry, I'll stop picking on Missy. Good lob. Way to follow it in. That's it. I love it. I love plays like this. Like by all accounts, seems like not much is really going on. It's just a lob. But here, this is when you move forward, it puts pressure. And now you're in the perfect spot. And even though that wasn't a great shot off Missy's racket, they've got the net. And then just a typical case of overcooking. This happens all the time at all levels. Take the net and watch mistakes happen. Great return. Awesome. That is old-fashioned chip and charge. Chip the return low. Come on in. Monica's moving in to help. Man, that is just textbook doubles right there. Good job. Great return. Great return. Great return and way to come forward too. Coming forward, and now this is that, and I think I've talked about this. This is the power position. Look, you can see Karen is well inside the service line. You can see Monica's kind of hovering on the service line or slightly behind. That ball's low, and then there's just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Again, that's wicked. Good return. Good play. Obviously, this works out for Monica and Karen. Great hands by Karen. But one thing I want you to really see is that at this moment right here, right, if I'm Monica, so I'm Monica right here, and I'm taking this ball, it's really critical to know who is going to take the ball between Stephanie and Miss. And because right here, once Missy takes it, you want to go that way. Now it actually worked out because I'm not sure Karen perfectly planned it that way, but when you get in a situation where whoever takes the ball, you want to then try to pick on the rally. So the idea is to go middle to alley, and that's what happens here. Good job. Good serve. Way to work the middle. You know, it doesn't always have to be the cleanest, prettiest stuff. Serve down the middle. Stephanie moves over. And now this is the power position again. Stephanie's up in the box. Monica's at the service line. And the ball is low in the middle of the court. And keep working it. And there's a mistake. Sometimes it takes a few extra. But this is a great point. It's actually a good return too. Good job. Sometimes it's really about who took the net first, though, and I think, well, I don't know. They're both, everybody's at the net at the same time. It just keep working the middle. That's good. Great return. Great return. What I like. And again, even though it's a great return out wide, it's a low ball, which is always hard to handle. But I really love how, you know, Missy's moving towards the ball, which just puts extra pressure and tension on the person hitting the ball. Nice lob. What's good about that is that it's a lob. Look what Missy does. She starts moving feet. You know, she's definitely not backing up, and she's definitely in a position. If this ball comes over, that still would have been that great for Stephanie and Monica. Good return. Good return. Better next shot. Great return. Man, I'll tell you, I love this point. It's a great return. And you can see, look where Stephanie moves to. She moves right in front of the ball. And there she is, and then Karen tries to go back against into the alley, and she's in a position and to jam up Monica. Great plan. Let's watch that again in real time. I love points like that. Love them. Good play. That is good stuff. And you can see, you know, Karen's taking this ball from inside the singles line, then that allows Missy to stay home. And she actually has a nice high, you know, she's got a nice backhand, so and even though Karen actually makes a great get, you know, it's over. Great return. Great return. Nice. Let's talk about Cynthia. How awesome is her forehand here? I love the serve. You know, the serve is right into the body. And if you don't have a lot of pace, it's a great serve because there's really no angles. So the lob goes up. It's kind of a short lob. Cynthia stays right with that shot again, which keeps Missy at home. And right into a racket, and Missy does. That's great teamwork. Just really nice stuff. Good serve. Good serve. Too good. Way to stay with it, Monica. That's that nice, good return down the middle. Good stuff. Great return. There's that middle. Love that. Again, these are points that, I think this point was set up very well by Stephanie with that ball, that second ball down the middle. Not this one. This one right here, and you can see. So now Cynthia's got to take a high backhand volley from behind the service line, and this is when like you'll see it over and over and over again. Volleys behind the service line, especially from the middle, is when you see a lot of mistakes. Cynthia could have just gone right back down the middle again, but again, this is there's pressure, and that's the effect pressure has on people. Good serve. Serve it right to the body again. Love it. Love that return. Again, though, you can kind of look at this from two different angles, from Cynthia's point of view and from Monica's point of view. So here's a serve. Here's a return. Love the return. Cynthia runs around it. The mistake I see over and over again, and I'm as guilty as anybody, is that this is not a bad spot for Monica to be in. I think there's definitely a sense of a desire, a need to do much more than needs to. If she could have just laid it back in front of Steph, good things would have happened, but I think there's a sense of trying to do too much with it. Great return. Man, I love that point. So, all starts with that return. Now this is where I love Steph rushing in, because look where that ball is. Look where that ball is low, right in. That is right in Missy's wheelhouse, and Steph's coming in, and that's a good ball she hit. And that is hover and cover, rush and crush. This is the epitome of hover and cover and rush and crush. Watch, Steph rushes in, and that's not an easy put away, and so, but the big issue here is Monica holds her ground. The rush and crush works even better when the the right-handed player is on the ad side, because you'll see this becomes a nice forehand. And even more awesome was that now Monica gets tons of, first of all, Monica gets all the credit for not getting sucked into the net. The other issue is she obviously recognizes where Missy's hitting this lob from, and actually Missy does a pretty good job of hitting it high and getting back in the point, but she was so far in the middle, Monica saw that and hit the alley. Great job, great point. Ooh, lovely. I do like, after the serve, I do like what Missy does with the next one. She sees the middle's wide open, she drives it, and just misses. What happens? Nice low return. Good point. Good patience in that point. No one's trying to do too much. Finally got at her feet. Good job. Good point. No. Well, Lori's exactly where she needs to be. Ball's low in front of her. She moves in. Just you can see her. I can definitely tell her racket face is closed from but again, if you're going to go near a net player, you got to put some heat on it, because at least it makes it more difficult for him. That's great playing by Cynthia. And I think Cynthia does the setup roll really well, and you can see because she has a kind of, that's a good setup ball. Didn't exactly work, and so you can almost just tell just from Cynthia's body language. Okay, let's just do it again. Boom. Let's do it again. I'll go over her head. No big deal. Nice relaxed tennis. Yeah, overcooked it. And that would have been right here. You see Lori's back. That'd be, you see the net player's back. That's always a great time to come forward. Cynthia kind of hangs back. They don't pay for it, but still, I think that's something you might want to start considering. It's a great lob. That's a great drive, though. Awesome. Again, so the return, it's a good return. I think it goes out wide, and here we go. You can see that out wide return sets up that middle shot, and even though it is near Cynthia, if you put some heat on it, you give the player something to think about. And sometimes you got to go down the line. That's good. This is a great keep them honest return, just to make sure that the net player knows you can do it. That's great playing. What I really like about this point is Missy goes from being the deep player, and then she automatically takes the role of the offensive player because the ball's in front of her. And Cynthia's happy to be back there, kind of just setup girl. Good point. And Missy moves in. That's it. I think I would have rather seen. It's good hands by Lori, but I think I'd rather see her just keep working that ball in front of Missy. But you can see, though, one thing that might have changed her mind is Monica started coming forward more. So, good point. Great use of the middle again. There you go. You can see right there. This is what I keep looking for in these videos that I do. So Missy hits that ball, and you can see it. Sorry. So she hits that ball right down the middle. Sorry. Let me start this whole thing all over again. I'm trying to. So here's the return. It's down the middle. Now this ball. Watch where this ball goes. Now this is going to be Monica hitting a ball from. Obviously, you can see where she is. She's middle of the service line on the ad side, but this ball is going to take Missy to Missy's alley. It doesn't make, not really. I'm sorry. It really doesn't pull her out wide, but you'll see because the ball is heading out wide. Lori took that step. It's a very subtle thing. Here we go. So she took that step out wide right there, and that opened up the middle again. It really is that subtle. Lori covers her alley, leaves the middle open. I think Lori should have covered her alley. I think. Yeah, again, that you get a volley, you get an easy volley on your forehand. It's actually, you know what? I'm gonna disagree with myself. This was not as easy as I would say because Misty put some heat on this. So you could argue that Lori could have maybe done more with that volley, but if you are going to work this middle one, you have to put some heat on it because if this was just a softball that Missy had hit to Lori, I think Lori could have done more with it. But she put some heat on it, and just good lob, great lob. Great return down the middle. Great return down the middle. You can see, and then Missy's coming forward. That ball's low. Cynthia's hanging back. So this is that power position. This is hover and cover and rush and crush. I feel like Monica overcooks it a little bit because of the pressure, and that's a wrap, everybody. So these are some really good points. Thank you for watching and listening.